ClaretsTV speaking to Championship manager Robbie Simpson after the win here at Salisbury. Robbie, back-to-back away victories.
Yeah, I'm really pleased. I thought we started the game really well. I thought we were the dominant team, playing in their half, and one of the most pleasing things actually in that early period was the different types of threat we had. You know, we had Nico with his pace and Kane with his really good movement coming in field, and we had Heidi with the longer diagonal ball, and we could do that with quality. And I thought the quality into those forward players was really, really good. And obviously we know Ruffy can create and be a bit off the cuff and thread through balls, for example, and land on loose balls really well. So I was really pleased with the different types of threat we were posing them in that early period, and scored a brilliant goal. Really well worked goal and a great finish. And the second was similar actually. Again, both goals, Heidi was heavily involved. So reliable, you know, when you play the ball into him, you can rely on his touch, which means you can run off him and run past him and not be worried about him losing it and having to run back and leaving your team exposed with those forward runs. So I was really pleased in that early period. Obviously the game changed a little. I wouldn't say it changed a little bit, but the sending off had an effect. I actually thought the first 5 minutes after the red card we were poor. It looked like mentally we relaxed, whereas the first period of the game we looked on it and at it. And when you play against 10, that is probably the only worry you have as a manager, that your team take the foot off the gas or just relax mentally a little bit. And certainly for the first 5 minutes after the sending off, I felt I was disappointed with how we reacted to that. But I think there was an injury, and we regrouped with the players and just said we need to pick it up. We don't need to dumb it down here. We need to pick it up, keep doing the exact same things as what we were doing in the early periods, and defensively make sure we're not relaxed just because we got a man extra. If everybody thinks, oh, we got a man extra, it's okay, it's suddenly not okay. And we had a word, because they didn't play with a left winger for that early period, and Jazzy was our out ball. But we had a word with Jazzy at half time. If they continue to play that way defensively, you can't be a passenger too. Like, you can be an out ball for us and spare with the ball, but without the ball you've got to almost create an overload for us defensively as well as attacking wise. And he got to grips with that. Well, we got to grips with that with the team, certainly with the ball for the latter part of that first half. And then second half I felt pretty comfortable. I felt that we carried a threat. Really good goal from Joe, fantastic delivery, well, fantastic play from Archie to win the free kick, fantastic delivery from Sam, and Joe kept running to goal. The keeper's almost pulled off a wonder save. Thankfully it came back off Joe and went in, and the keeper pulled off a couple of other tremendous saves really. I don't know how Jazzy hasn't scored in the first half. It was an unbelievable save again from a great bit of play. But yeah, going away from here, like you say, back-to-back away wins, fantastic for us. You've just told me it's nudged us up to our highest position in the table so far, so that's great, and hopefully we can continue that momentum and keep climbing.
And the Salisbury, a little bit of a few scares at the end with the penalty save, and a great finish for their goal. I suppose that was a few players, made a lot of change, a few players trying to get back up to match sharpness, like Jordan and Ruri, and come back from suspension and injury, so it's good to get them minutes.
Yeah, that's it. I think it's easy, because it came from a set piece, their penalty, and it's easy for us to think, I don't have to do my job because we're 3-0 up and playing against 10 men. It's a really easy, I think, lazy and really poor way to be. But we weren't set for the free kick. People weren't doing their jobs, and subs can have the excuse, I've come on and we've made loads of changes and I've had to tell someone else to do a different job. But it's not good enough, to be honest with you. If you think like that, you need to make sure if you're coming on, and we weren't set for the free kick, and it meant that Blandy was inside Jazzy, and we didn't have an extra body back on that back post, and there's no way it should have looked like that. I was on the side thinking, how has that happened? How are we in a position where we've got Blandy inside Jazzy tracking the centre half? It just shouldn't have happened. Their goals are wonder strike, really. I feel like there was definitely a starting position that was wrong from someone, but it was a wonder strike all the same. We defended the first part really well, but we should have had a man there. But it's a wonder strike in the top corner, really. It's a great finish from the lad. But yeah, I didn't really feel nervous. I thought we could have maybe put the game to bed with a bit of better decision making, or a bit more of a clinical nature, a bit like when you smell blood, really put it to bed rather than play the extra pass, because you've got the extra man and you can keep the ball and you're winning. But yeah, I'm going away from here really, really pleased, and on to Tuesday now.
And that front four, Kane, Ruffy, Jake and Nico, really looking threatening. Kane's getting all the glory with the goals at the moment, but all the others are putting in a shift with assists and goals and movement leading up to goals.
That's right. Kane's finished them superbly, and he's had a hand in the build up to the goals as well. But it takes everybody doing their job and doing what they're good at, and sticking to the game plan and the patterns that we try and give to them, to be able to create the space for the goal scorers to score. And we created numerous chances in that first period, to be honest with you. Both Nico the other side and Kane and Heidi and Ruffy haven't really had the clear cut chances, but we knew the space was going to be wide and in behind them. So, but Heidi and Ruffy had a huge part to play in creating that space and making that space even better, and us having quality in that final third.
And then, as you said, up to ninth, we're sort of top of that mid-table sort of group of teams that are trying to get near the playoff position. We're leading the pack for that.
Yeah, 13 games left. I feel like I know the number of points we'll need. Obviously that might not be true, but it's definitely a target for us to try and get to, and an achievable one. We've got a tough run of games in the league coming up. I think we play pretty much the top four in a row now, pretty much. So that's another good test for us. We've had 4 really good performances in a row now, really good performances, and got 7 points from them. So we can take these performances in, we can now take the points tally into these 4 games and really attack them, and we've got nothing to lose. We're going to go after these teams and try and get the points that we feel like we've been deserving of.
And a big game on Tuesday in the semi-final. Canby struggling at the bottom of the Isthmian Premier, so a real chance to get through to cup final.
Yeah, I've been to watch Canby a couple of times this season, actually. One away at Cheshunt, and I thought they were excellent in that game in particular. They won 1-0. We know it's going to be a tough place to go. They're going to make it a really tough place to go on Tuesday. It's certainly a competition that since I've been a manager we've been knocking on the door of, and maybe falling at the last hurdle or losing to the eventual winners. So listen, this is my last year, and selfishly I really want to lift a trophy, and that's probably it's definitely our only opportunity to do so. So I'm really looking forward to it, and the boys will be at it for sure.
Okay, well done today, Simo, and we'll look forward to that one on Tuesday.
Thank you.